from the neck region?
The cerebral.
Vertebral. And you can see that they're vertebral because, see, these are the ones that are coming up here through the transverse foramina of the cervical vertebrae. So they come up like that through the cervical vertebrae, and then they meet to form this thing,
which is the basilar.
which is the same here, basilar, like that, okay?
Oh, which is
G.
Is that on the wire model as well?
It is also on the wire model, that's right.
That's why we couldn't figure it out.
That's right, okay, so there it is. And then you follow that all the way to the top. And then at the top, there's a T intersection. So see the T intersection at the very top? Then see how that vessel goes towards the posterior of the brain? So guess what? It's called the
posterior cerebral.
Posterior cerebral.
But that's not on the...
It is, because I follow the basilar all the way up to the top of the T intersection, and then this will go off like that. I can't see it anymore. They stopped, but that is the posterior cerebral there, okay? So then, here, can you see these ones feed the anterior of the brain, right? So these two are the anterior cerebral. There, see how they go to the front of the brain?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I were you, I would have gotten you to get a red pen and color these ones in as we talk, so they could stand out. Okay. And I would still do that because there's a lot of in here that you don't need to know. So just color in the ones that you need to know, right?
Okay. And so the communicating part is
I'm not there. I don't want to get there. So then, it's coming off here. So you had going to the posterior, going to the anterior. Now this one is going to the middle of the brain, right? So these are the middle cerebral arteries. So now I want to look at this one. See this one here? See how it connects or communicates between the posterior and the middle? Therefore, it must be the posterior communicating. See this one? See how it connects or communicates between the two anterior ones? It must be the anterior communicating. That's right, okay? Now, on our model, what don't we have? We don't have that, and we don't have those. Okay, that's what's not shown there. So I can't label it, but I could sure ask you which ones are not labeled. Which ones which ones are not present. Okay. Which ones are not present in our model, and then you would be able to tell me.
Like the ones that should be
middle cerebral.
Middle cerebral is not, and anterior cerebral, anterior communicating are not present. Okay. And finally, the internal carotid.
They're right here.
Yes, these are the posterior communicating. That's right, because there's a posterior and that's communicating with it. Yeah. So these two here, where it's cut like that, that's like the internal carotid coming up and entering right there, like that. Okay. So I would really take a pen.
So internal carotid are going in and vertebral are going in.
Right.
And then the rest is sort of...
Right. So they're going in, and then the other ones connect them. So like a big traffic circle, right? The circle of Willis, that's right. So that blood that's flowing in, let's say you have a bit of a blockage from your vertebrals, but you might still get blood from the internal carotids.
Circle of Willis.
Okay. So we have a partial circle of Willis shown here.
Partial circle of Willis.
Yeah.
Basilar.
Right? Yeah, so I would definitely color in the vessels, just the ones that you need to know.
Okay.
Okay.